If you've ever tried to make weekend plans in German, you know it can kind of turn into a grammatical minefield, right? Well, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tackling something that trips up absolutely everyone learning German, but we're going to do it in a way that's incredibly practical and honestly pretty fun. We're setting the stage for mastering the nuances of German weekend plans. We'll navigate those conditions and uncertainties without getting bogged down by dry textbook rules. By the end of our time today, you're going to have the exact toolkit you need to confidently handle your social life in German.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the weekend planning dilemma, then meet our stars, when, ob, and falls. We'll break down the verb goes last rule, figure out how to choose the right conjunction, build your backup plan, and finally, craft the perfect weekend invitation.
Section 1. The Weekend Planning Dilemma. Making plans with friends. Imagine a group of friends trying to figure out their weekend. You know the drill. They've got weather apps open, train schedules pulled up, and someone inevitably drops that classic group chat question, Was machen wir am Wochenende? What are we doing this weekend? This one simple question is the catalyst for the whole shebang. It instantly demands conditions, backup plans, and all kinds of uncertainty. Because, let's face it, a plan is never really a plan until all the variables are sorted out. Just listen to this dialogue our friends are having, and notice how naturally they navigate these totally uncertain plans. One says, Wenn das Wetter gut ist, machen wir ein Picknick. If the weather is good, we'll have a picnic. Another chimes in, Ich weiß aber nicht, ob es am Samstag regnet, but I don't know whether it will rain on Saturday. And then a third drops a solution. Falls es regnet, können wir ins Museum gehen. In case it rains, we can go to the museum. Did you catch those specific connection words? Wenn, ob, and falls. These three words are the absolute heavy lifters of German weekend planning. Section 2. Meet when, ob, and falls, the grammatical trio. What's really fascinating here is the clear division of labor between these words. In English, we get kind of sloppy, right? We just use the word if for everything. We say if it rains, I don't know if it will rain, in case if it rains, but German is precise, and understanding this precision is exactly what's going to elevate your fluency. So wenn is your go-to for a real condition or repeated time. Ob is strictly for uncertainty, specifically an indirect yes or no question, meaning whether. And falls is your safety net, meaning in case or a precaution. They all translate so similarly in English, which is why we get confused, but in German, their jobs are beautifully and strictly defined. Now, before we dive into the heavy lifting, we need to quickly define the grammatical playground we're in. When we use wenn, ob, or falls, you instantly create a subordinate clause. Think of this as your context clause. It can't stand on its own as a complete thought, but it holds all the juicy, crucial details for your main plan. It's the why, the when, or the under what condition that gives your sentence its actual meaning. Section 3. The verb goes last. The verb kicker rule. Okay, here's where the magic happens. When you use one of these conjunctions, it acts like a grammatical kicker. It literally boots the conjugated verb to the very end of the sentence. Let's build it. You start with your main plan. Wir bleiben zu Hause. We are staying home. Then comes the comma and our kicker, false, meaning in case. Add your subject, s, and watch the verb land at the absolute end, stark regnet. The whole clause just clicks perfectly into place because that conjunction forcefully sent the action to the back of the line. But wait, what happens if we flip the script? If you put the main clause first, the verb regnet stays safely at the end of its context clause, just like we saw. Wir gehen spazieren, wenn es nicht regnet. However, if you lead with the wenn clause, that entire condition takes up the first grammatical slot of your sentence. This creates this beautiful, almost mathematical balance. It actually forces the conjugated verb of the main clause, gehen, to jump right after the comma. Wenn es nicht regnet, gehen wir spazieren. It's literally like a seesaw. The dependent clause weighs down the front, popping the main action verb right up to the middle. Section 4. Choosing the right conjunction, avoiding common traps. Because these words translate so similarly into English, mixing them up is a huge trap. It totally changes your meaning. So never use ob to mean a normal condition. For example, if you're standing outside the cinema and you just genuinely don't know if the doors are locked, that's pure uncertainty. Ich weiß nicht, ob das Kino geöffnet ist. I don't know whether the cinema is open. That's up. But if your whole plan depends on those doors being unlocked, then you use wenn. Wenn das Kino geöffnet ist, sehen wir einen Film. If the cinema is open, we will watch a film. The condition dictates the action. Mixing these up is super common, but keeping this contrast in mind will lock the right choice into your brain. Now, what about wenn versus falls? Honestly, they're often grammatically interchangeable, but it's the emotional difference that native speakers rely on. Wenn is optimistic. It's your expected standard condition. Wenn das Wetter gut ist, gehen wir wandern. You're fully expecting good weather and a great hike. But false? False is your safety net. Falls es regnet, nehmen wir Regenschirme mit. It's your ultimate word for preparing for the unexpected.
Section 5. Building your backup plan. Plan A and Plan B. Of course, to actually make these plans, you need the right building blocks. Whether your weekend involves a quick jog, heading to the mountains, wandering a museum, or just, buying groceries and cleaning up the kitchen, these are the essential verbs that are going to fuel your group chat. Because without this core vocabulary, all the perfect grammar in the world isn't going to help you negotiate Saturday afternoon.
So let's anchor this grammar in the real world. Just think of wenn as your optimistic plan A. Wenn das Wetter schön ist, machen wir ein Picknick. If the weather's beautiful, we're having a picnic. False, on the other hand, is your cautious, realistic plan B. Falls es regnet, gehen wir ins Museum. In case it rains, we're hitting the museum. By tying the grammar directly to this idea of plan A and plan B, you'll naturally reach for the correct word every single time. It's really that simple.
Section 6. The perfect weekend invitation, putting it all together. So when you actually sit down to write that group text, just follow this logical flow. Start with a warm greeting and why you're texting. Then pitch your plan A using wenn. Nail down the logistics, time, place, all that good stuff. Next, show off how prepared you are with a plan B using false. And finally, ask for an RSVP using ob. It's a foolproof structure that makes sure you hit all the necessary details while flawlessly flexing your new grammar skills.
Listen to how smooth this actually sounds in practice. Nimm auch eine Jacke mit, falls es abends kalt wird. Sag mir bitte, ob du mitkommen kannst. Bring a jacket with you in case it gets cold in the evening. Please tell me whether you can come along. Just by imitating this structure, you naturally lock that verb at the end rule into your active vocabulary. See how wird and kannst act like little anchors, perfectly placed at the very end of their clauses. They literally hold the entire sentence together. So, armed with this newly leveled up grammatical toolkit, I want to leave you with one final, very important question. Hast du schon Pläne für dieses Wochenende? Oder brauchst du noch einen Plan B? Are you ready to confidently plan your weekend in German? And more importantly, do you have your backup plan ready? Thank you so much for tuning in to this explainer. Now get out there and go make some plans.